William Banks has confused everyone I've ever told about him. Or is it a bit? Is he safe? Is he real? Can I trust this guy? He's kind of creepy looking. First of all, that's not nice. Second of all, it doesn't matter. Neither answer is going to be as satisfying as you think it is. I'd encourage you to drop the entire notion of is it serious or is it ironic? Just enjoy the show. So come with me while I figure out how this team of, I'll say it, geniuses put together one of the most convincing social media movements, art pieces, hoaxes in our lifetime.
Hello, ladies and germs. We are at the Duncan Banks Smith residence, here to talk with the entire crew about how they pulled off the worldwide known, worldwide renowned, infamous jail saga. First things first, could everybody go around and introduce their name, their relation to the jail saga, and what they like to put as a topping on their ice cream?
Hi, my name is William Banks. He, him. I like chocolate ice cream.
My name is Eric Yates. He, him. Car World Apostle. And I like pistachio ice cream, but I think I want the Dubai chocolate middle part on ice cream.
That's good. I'm Ryan Smith. I'm a producer and co-director of the Jail Saga project. I live with William and Will Duncan, and I like vanilla ice cream with some nuts on top.
I'm John Filmanowitz. I'm William Banks's photographer, but I also do some video. I've been with him since the Car World days, and I ain't going anywhere now. I like vanilla ice cream too, and it kind of, like the fudge that goes on soft and gets hard when it's on there.
I'm Maddie. I was William's fake girlfriend for the jail saga, and I like every flavor of the Jenny's ice cream brand, originally from Ohio. I'm from Ohio.
My name is Will Duncan, he, him. I'm roommates with William and function as sort of his parole officer. I helped to direct Jail Saga, and I like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Me too. I also like mint chocolate chip. A lot of people may not know this, but the jail saga starts and ends around the theme of love, no?
Yes.
So maybe using that segue, do you want to give like a little bit of a background into where it all started, right around council collapse, am I right?
Yes. So basically, Car World was a pretty big organization that was growing and expanding. Bendy here was one of the leaders of Car World Nation Toronto at the time of me being engaged to get married, and then I committed a crime and I threw Israel lawn signs in the trash, which hurt a lot of people who are close to me because of social situations of that happening and my choices that I made. And then I got arrested and I had to report myself to the police, and then the homeowners wanted to press charges and send me to jail. So I got the idea with my roommates, and not here is Peter McIndoe, who also was integral in encouraging me to lean into the situation I was in where the homeowners wanted to send me to jail and give them what they want. And so then we decided that I would go to jail. And that was something that was not a light choice. That was a heavy choice and a big burden and a big blessing, and something that we all did together.
Yeah.
So my first question about the prison is it's not a functioning prison, right? Anyone can field these, by the way. Just reach out your little hand. It wasn't a functioning prison, right?
Brian, I think, has an answer.
No, I don't. It wasn't functioning at the time that we filmed in it, but it was a decommissioned, real like detention center of some sort that was located in Florida that we found on Craigslist or the internet somehow.
Yeah, it was actually very abandoned. We were kind of disappointed. The facilities didn't work as well as we were promised they would. And yeah, there was like moss growing in all the cells, and there was like trash and shit. And we're like, this kind of sucks. We spent a lot of money. This looks like.
So it was abandoned.
Yeah, the electricity didn't work. There were the doors. I remember one of us closed the door, and then the electricity locked it shut. So we were like, oh, we can't close the doors the whole suit, or you get locked in like an abandoned jail, and you're fucked. But no, we were disappointed. The guy running it was like, I don't know. And we're, what?
That was his name, Tokyo.
Tokyo. He was kind of a beast, but he was like, I don't know. We were just like, what the fuck?
The cell that we did end up using as my cell was one of the only ones in the facility that didn't have a locking door.
Yeah.
So we were able to slide it. And then there was only 2 mattresses in the entire facility that we had to go cell by cell and find. And then eventually we found 2 mattresses to occupy mine.
I have a question. You said you found it on Craigslist, but no. How'd you find it?
I did extensive research across all of the. I started out looking around New York, but I couldn't find anything that looked real, and then I started looking up where Orange is the New Black was shot, because that is a prison facility that was largely believed to be a socially acceptable way to tell a prison story. And I was like, well, I want to be accepted by my peers in my community too, because after council collapse, I lost a lot of my community, and I was hoping to not burn bridges to my entire community, but I was gonna get the Orange is the New Black set, but that was thousands and $10,000 a minute, or like an hour, or like $10,000 a day, because they wouldn't.
But yeah, then we're just super excited to shoot in Miami, and just went down there for a little boys trip, kicked the toes up in the sand. That was actually cool because we went to Miami to shoot it.
Amazing trip.
And we had an amazing trip, and we didn't even plan this, but we wrote that off as like William's last trip with the boys before jail, which was like a huge red herring left turn, because everyone was like, damn, why would they go to Miami? Why would they spend all that money unless he was actually going to jail? And they wouldn't put together that we were shooting it there, because why the fuck would we? I guess it was slightly cheaper.
It's just the only one.
That was the only one that...
The only
one that we found in our price range, I guess.
Yeah.
But we didn't plan it. It worked out great to be going to Miami. Also, really funny, we thought that the last thing Willie would want to do is go to Miami and just eat a bunch of shitty seafood, like get kicked out of clubs because we looked and smelled like shit the whole time.
Fucking right. So are you at liberty to say how you found this guy, Tokyo? He sounds like quite a character from all that I've heard so far.
Yeah, it was just a Florida website. I think it was called GoFlow or Flow Studio or SoFlow or something. It was this Florida website that I just reached out to, and then I started texting, and they sent me photos of the jail, and they sent me a trailer for a short film that was also shot there. And Peter McIndoe, not pictured, our 4th roommate, he put in the initial the financial investment to make Jail Saga happen. So he was sort of the guy who we had to get approval from in order to spend money. So initially, he wanted to really make sure that the jail was good, because he was spending his money on the jail, so he wanted to make sure it was good. So there was a period of me trying to gather video and pictures from the jail from Tokyo so that I could show Peter presentation style to be like, I think this is the best option for us.
But Tokyo was just the guy who managed it. There was no lighting. He had a weird light in his car that he let us use. If we didn't have that, it would have looked terrible.
So like the lights don't turn on, but
none of the lights were
lock?
Yeah, like I don't know. I think the light bulbs were broken. The electricity was weird. Also, all of the actors we hired to be the inmates, they like all brought their families, which we didn't expect. So then we got there and there was like 30 people there, and we were like, fuck, man, I don't know.
A lot of
And
kids.
Tokyo was like, you have to sign release forms to enter the detention center, and there were kids everywhere, and we were just like, you guys kind of have to leave. It was a shit show.
Who's in charge of casting? I got a lot.
Well, we had to send the families away because we were only allowed so many people in the jail, and it was taking too much time to release form because you had to go print more and more release forms. So we said, look, we're in here shooting a job. You got to go send your family. This is serious. Send your families to go to the store for 7 hours while you're working. And
But William casted it.
yeah, well, my main cellmate, Aunt, is Ryan's friend from Detroit, which I'll let him talk about more. But the other inmates are people who I found on Backstage casting to be my cellmates, and I called them all on the phone, and I explained them the project. And Bullet Brack, the main atheist who is my enemy in Jail Saga, he had also been to prison, and he's also a rapper. And he did kind of make it more authentic because when shit hit the fan, we started arguing. He was like pulling out.
He used many slurs on William.
Yes.
Did they make the cut?
Yeah, of course.
He said the F slur.
Instantly. That was the
And
first
he's a white
thing we
man and he
filmed
said
with
that.
So
him.
did he live in Miami? Did he live in Miami?
He lived. They all live kind of near Florida.
Oh, but you brought him up.
No, but he was, no, they drove out there. It was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they definitely all drove like 2 or 3 hours.
No, Bullet Brack was definitely in jail, and he immediately, like the first take, called William the F slur and said the N word as a white guy, and we were like, "Cool, all right, like
All right, we casted it good. We got a good one.
this guy is being kind of insane."
real.
But then the other big atheist guy was like totally a different vibe. He was like a Fast and Furious extra bodyguard guy. Yeah, he had like cool tattoos. He was jacked, but he was a little bit less of like a natural. I mean, he just hadn't spent time in jail. He was a little bit less of a natural actor.
That guy was more of a cop than a criminal in the vibe. But Bullet Brack was hilarious. I still like kind of keep in touch with him and stuff. Yeah, he's like an old head like rapper. He's like 45, and he's like in like the like West Side Gun kind of bag or like real like boom bap shit. He's pretty awesome.
CDs?
What's up?
Is he like still handing out CDs?
Yeah, he's that type of guy for sure. He's Greek. He's in Greece a lot. He's very interesting. I fuck with Bullet Brack, and he loves the project. Like he came to Williams like coming home party. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bullet Brack.
I think Bullet Brack especially was really stoked to be a part of it. He came to the party. I also just want to highlight. So I wasn't on hand in Florida. That was a pretty tight knit crew that was made up mostly of roommate squad here, and the actors that came out. But some people want to find controversy in what William was doing on that jail set that day, and I just want to highlight that there were a couple of formerly incarcerated actors working on that set, and not only did it add to the authenticity, but perhaps the economy of Florida as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, someone had to say it. Yeah.
Trying to help the economy in Florida.
Yeah.
We put Florida on our back with that.
And the map, arguably. Yeah.
Shout out Florida. Shout out to Florida.
Shouts out Florida. Ryan's from Florida.
He's proud of this moment.
I'm from Florida, so I was happy to go to Florida with my New York roommates.
My parents live in Florida. Shout out Amelia Island.
Shout out Amelia Island.
Shout that place out. I don't have folks in Florida, but there's such a crazy Florida New York pipeline. What is the deal with that?
Which way does it go?
Everybody's coming up from Florida. There's so many people from Florida in Brooklyn.
Because then there's old people from New York.
Right. Yeah, they retire, they go down.
2-lane.
Right. And then their like grandkids or wherever is down there, like, we're tired of it. We're going up to New York. From Ocala. Craziness.
So how much of the story came about behind the scenes after it was shot in the edit, as they say? Or was it more or less you rolled and then you just had what you were doing there? Did you have to like resequence shit, or was it more or less shot chronologically, like in just from jump?
It was mostly shot chronologically. We didn't really edit it. The only editing I did was the audio editing, just to make it louder when it was quieter. And a few of the videos have cuts in it that I did based on when the camera whips, just to splice two clips together. But mostly, I mean, some of the videos that we took, we didn't think were quite good enough or didn't quite fit the narrative, and we didn't post. But most of them, we did post. We came up with a storyline generally beforehand. Eric, we talked to some about it. I think some of the... Mostly it was just the plot of me going to jail and I'm scared and I'm meek and frightened, and then I start to toughen up and I start doing my journalism again and I start learning about Islam, and then I am fighting with the atheists and I'm friends with the Muslims, and then I find a hole and I unite the prison by leading everyone to the escape and not just abandoning. I choose to show the atheists empathy where they have none themselves.
Love that, William.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was just the beats that were written out because we knew we were going to release it over the course of 2 months or whatever. But then all the dialogue was improvised because writing that would be insane. And Ant really killed it. And shout out Ant. He did such a good job. Pretty much co-directed it, kind of. I mean, he gave so much insight into what, like all the vocabulary that William picked up, Ant told him about from his time.
Even like set decorating and like
Yeah,
props and stuff.
what chips to buy. Ant told us what shirts to wear. And then the post-jail stuff, Fugitive arc, which maybe we won't get into yet, but shout out Maddie, that we didn't write that at all before Jail Saga. Jail Saga happened, and then that was a reaction to that. So if you want to speak on that, maybe.
Please.
I was the reaction to Jail Saga. Yeah.
The spin-off.
So did you join the team late? You weren't part of it from the beginning of the
No.
Jail Saga?
That's why I have questions. You have questions. The Maddie Saga.
And where the gun came from.
Oh, I forgot
Came
that.
from- Yeah.
But-
Maybe I'll come in later.
I just wanted to shout out that add-on, the sequel, the spin-off, was not preconceived before.
It
But
just happened.
if you're watching the whole thing, you definitely probably think it was or whatever. That adds to the confusing nature of the project where shit just kind of happens.
I want to just quickly say something that Williams told me a lot, and I'm going to paraphrase it, and that's not going to be totally right, but I think it gets at the core of what Will Duncan was just talking about, too. You can be really good through planning, but you can only be great through adapting. Something like that. And I think that's like how this goes and why it feels pretty organic, because as much planning and like really good creative work is done, it's always in conversation with the reaction.
You gotta pivot.
Yeah. Pivots. Hard pivots.
Yeah, but that's also why it's a nightmare to do this kind of project.
Yeah.
Because like 2 months ago, we were brainstorming everything that could happen this year, and it was just like, it sucked.
Yeah.
How long are those
It was
sessions?
awesome.
No,
I
it
think
didn't
it's cool,
suck.
man.
It didn't
Yeah.
suck. But it is just like you have to keep like 17 timelines open.
Yeah.
I think William creates a fuck ton of chaos. So it's kind of a perfect storm. And then 2 or 3 of those things kind of catch. And then you follow those. But 2 months ago, it was like we were kind of trying to create the storm. And it was just so many ideas getting thrown around. And it's a weird process.
You maybe want to touch on that component more. That's what personally interests me the most. Is
What?
those where you like lock all the doors and be like, okay, let's think of all these possibilities for like 2 hours. Is that what it's like?
Like the writing session?
yeah,
Or
when
process?
you just said when you like brainstorm, like what could happen, what are we gonna prepare?
Well,
for?
yeah, I feel
what
like-
could go left.
The writing stuff happens in a weird way. A lot of the best ideas come at like 4 a.m.
Yup.
We had some idea. I remember the 3 of us were here at 4 a.m. Or like we definitely are sitting down. William's like, yo, we should have a meeting with 5 of us to talk about some shit. And we come with a bunch of ideas. Text kind of nonstop. I feel like a weird thing is it's always going on, kind of like we're getting ideas and texting each other.
But the big brain blasts, I feel like, come when we're just like chilling, like fucked up.
Yeah.
Late night.
But there's been late night ideas. It's kind of a constant process.
Yeah, like I think Jail Saga happened just from a conversation between us three, I think, or Peter as well. But it was in the group chat. But
Yeah,
like,
we
there was
have
an
the
in-person
screenshot.
conversation of like floating the idea, but then it was like, okay, this is the move exactly, and it was just like,
But that started
all
just
clicked.
as a reaction to life. He got this funny AI video made by the police department of Connecticut,
yes.
and he was down
We
so
found
bad
it.
for months.
I think so. You, Peter, and I found this video without William, and it was like already posted for like 2 months.
Which
it was
the
like
Connecticut Police Department AI generated a video of his arrest record. I think they do it for every arrest. Yeah, and it's like
edited like a now this.
It's
video.
so
It's like
funny.
yellow text.
it's a woman's
And it
voice
has
just
this,
being like,
robot
William
woman.
Banks was arrested at 28 years old.
And the way that they're like, William Banks.
I think everyone, because
I think-
one.
But like, where do they post it?
It was like a news article
Official.
on
This
a
is like an official police account. That
no,
posted
well,
this?
this was like
Not an account,
the
it's just
video.
on
I
their
think was
website.
made by a news. It's a news platform. I'm pretty sure.
.gov or some shit legitimate.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a .com like.
It's the
it was
Connecticut,
the
Westboro
Connecticut
Police.
like newspaper type thing. Like
Just small town
Yeah.
bullshit.
It
But
was
we
like the
saw
Westport
that, and
Times.
there's William's mugshot, and then there's like stock photos of Israel flags. It's literally like, we're
Yes.
stealing Israel
five
lawn
Israel lawn
signs.
signs, and then it has like
A stock photo of like a guy like waving
people,
an
like,
Israel
dancing with the
flag.
flag.
But we saw that, and we were like, this is the funniest thing I've
And
ever
we're like,
seen
you
in my
have to
life.
post this right
Yeah.
now. Like, this is the funniest shit you could be posting.
Like, this is
Honest,
way
that
funnier.
the start of everything, and it wasn't
Yeah.
even something y'all.
And
did.
then we locked it. We were like, oh, you had
Yes.
court like that week.
Don't give him the mic. Don't give him the no.
I was really feeling down bad. I had just gone to Puerto Rico with Ryan, where we filmed Yo Soy Sonic, of course. Please link below to Yo Soy Sonic. We just got 4 stars at Tribeca.
The worst movie ever.
All the FOMO in the world.
Also linked to Will Duncan's criticism of Yo Soy Sonic too.
Let's include all of that.
You know, it's a good short film. Ryan directed that and brought a lot of style and heart to that, and William brought a lot to the performance. That's all I'll say about that. Check out Yo Soy Sonic. It's really good.
The film is documenting our time in Puerto Rico, which was a trip that we took because William he bought a ticket for his girlfriend at the time, and then they broke up like maybe a week or so before the trip. And then I thought that I could just kind of take that ticket and go to the airport and fly to Puerto Rico. But that's not how it works. So I showed up to the airport ready to go, very excited to go to Puerto Rico. And then I had to buy a new ticket. So I got a one-way ticket because I didn't have very much money. And then I went with William to Puerto Rico.
Both their names start with R. It's whatever.
Yeah, and we're both like the same, like white blonde. I thought it was close enough, but
That is some shit that like there's so much
funny.
more than just Jail Saga.
So we went to Puerto Rico basically, and we just were both like heartbroken, like dealing with breakups. I had this situationship that wasn't working out, and we just kind of we just kind of drove around Puerto Rico and like listened to music and like cried to Bad Bunny together. It was very interesting, and then we lost all our money. It was. But wait, what was the?
That's setting the scene for I was down bad, and all my roommates could tell that there was something. I had lost my mojo. Will Duncan could tell that I had lost my mojo.
The smell was bad. The smell had gone bad.
The smell had
literally?
gone bad?
Your smell had gone bad.
Yeah.
You started smelling me
No,
different?
just emotionally.
Is this figurative?
Yeah. This is a figurative.
Okay, well,
Probably some literal aspect as well.
he could tell that I was down bad.
It smells okay.
Well, I need to shower. I haven't showered since
No, you smell good. It's like natural kind of just.
I haven't showered since I got back from the pool party tour.
Right.
The chlorine, clean mojo, mojo jojo,
Yes.
Powerpuff Girl.
Exactly.
I was getting photos. Y'all were sending me pictures while I'm like at work.
Don't say
couldn't get a shift covered to save my life. I'm missing out on the Sad Boy Puerto Rico trip.
Oh, the Puerto
I'm still on.
We invited you. We invited you.
Yeah, I'm still on the Puerto Rico trip, and I'm getting pictures while I'm at work. Yeah. Beautiful white sandy beaches.
There were some
Goddamn.
concerning images as well, which I won't speak on. But me and Peter were getting all these. We were getting images from. They were sending late night images in sort of environments in rooms that you're not supposed to be in.
And
There was messages
NSFW
coming
perhaps.
in. No, one time they sent a disturbing image of where they were.
I got
and
some disturbing images.
It came in at like 2 a.m. I had just gotten home. I saw it for 1 second, and then it's Ryan unsent a message. So the picture disappeared.
Hey, yo.
And I texted
whoa.
Peter, and I was like, dude, there's some really
secret
dark
image.
shit going on in Puerto Rico.
It was not meant to be sent in the first place. That was William being a little trigger happy.
And you guys literally spent all of your last money on cookies.
We ran
Actually, you guys actually spent
we
the
ran
last
out
money
of.
on
We had
cookies.
$80. Well, I walked
Called
into
us
the.
to like bail them out.
I walked into the ocean because flies were trying to eat my eyes because I had Chinese food. So I ran into the ocean with my phone. My phone broke, and I only had Apple Pay. Ryan had Apple Pay, but then he ran out of money. So we had $80 by the end of it.
Yeah.
We spent half of that money on cookies, and then the rest on just whatever, water, and then anyway, down bad. Lost my mojo.
Down bad. Lost mojo.
AI video drops.
AI video
We
drops.
see that they see the AI video of my crime report, and then Will Duncan specifically said, like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot for a minute, but William is so back. William is the GOAT. I love William again. William's a GOAT.
right?
William's a powerful figure again. I forgot how he can snap his fingers and act up and ruin his life, and yet an AI video will still be the funniest thing I've seen. William's back. William's good." And then that gave me, that's all I needed to hear to be like, yeah, he's right. And
Yeah.
then gave me the confidence to want to.
If I may
that.
offer, I did say mostly that, but I think there's something about that experience that I learned where you can go so far down to rock bottom that you like hit zero gravity and like flip upside down and shoot back up. That's kind of what it seemed like William did. Like,
Yeah.
he literally kept falling down.
Yeah.
He kept taking L's, and I was kind of like, oh man, how are we gonna get out of this one, buddy? But then the second I saw that AI arrest video, it was just like you kept falling so hard that it became like a bungee jump to like shoot back up.
Well,
He came out on China.
He came out on China.
But it was insane. And I was just like, oh my God, like I was wrong. You kept doing you, and I thought it was wrong what you were doing, and I thought you were fucking up, but it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
You hit the bungee cord effect.
And people, the term that gets thrown around a little bit is like uncancelable. And I don't know if that's true, but we've yet to find out the limit of that. For real.
Period.
Yeah.
I gotta say, a lot of the response and how crazy it got, I felt just a little bit responsible. Only because before everything went down, we were having a conversation, and a lot of that conversation was around like, do you think that some of this could be like a touch, culturally insensitive? There were those concerns, like before right away. And
I wasn't very pro when I first heard about it. A little bit of backstory on me and William. We worked on the series Make Believe together, going around the country talking to atheists about why they should believe in God. Ryan was on that crew as well, and at the time, that was kind of the project that we were working on. It ends up folding into Jail Saga because William finds Islam in prison and even makes his medallion there and kind of like continues that narrative. But I remember William telling me that this was the plan after one of these late night texts. And I think I just said, like, don't do it.
a lot of people were like, no, what?
Yeah.
But my immediate reaction was, I love this. I love this idea so much. And partly it was because, this is like a alt comedy bit, but a thing that gets forgotten is that like alt comedy and goofiness is like in the hood too. Like it's definitely like in like a lot of like it's in prison institutions, like it's all over. And I thought that like, oh, this bit might actually like reach some people that like alt comedians don't usually entertain, right? So
Yeah, same thing with the Juneteenth fight. Every single person was like, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. Like, you can't do that. And I even felt that the day of that fight, I was so tense and nervous all day because I was like, I don't really know how this is going to be perceived.
Yeah.
But then the vibes of that event were amazing from the immediate beginning. Everyone was smiling, everyone was having a good time. And also there were more black people at that event than I've ever seen at any Brooklyn comedy show. I was like, yeah, William's getting called out for like talking about race or making these like whatever. I think William is playing the character of the stupidest white guy in the world, and he's like pretty self-aware of it. He's just kind of blindly walking into shit, being sensitive about it, of course. Yeah. But the Juneteenth thing, I was just like, damn, people get it. This is awesome. It's good vibes.
Because I said I'm not racist.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
That was part of it, because instead of me saying that I'm racist, I said I'm not racist. So for people to be like, I think, William, what you're doing is racist. It's like, did you come to the event? Did you hear me say that I'm not racist? It's like, oh, you did not come to the event, and yet you're thinking that I'm racist, and you didn't even show up and hear me say that I'm not racist. In my opinion, get the fuck out of here.
Although, wasn't it like if you lost, you are?
Yeah, you
kind
did
of
lose the...
Yeah.
So you are racist. You lost.
Technically, the rule was if he lost, he is.
On a technicality, I was racist because I lost the fight. But I did well, I'm not racist. But if we're talking technicalities, that was said. Yeah. But I didn't say that.
In all fairness, if you did win the fight, it would have been some.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah,
to
no.
speak to the reaction.
Then you would have really.
I think people of every race loved seeing him get his ass beat.
Yeah,
Like, I think it bridged gaps seeing that happen.
Herbert Von King looked like a little rainbow coalition. Yeah. It was kind of crazy. It was a bunch of people just like, yeah.
Yeah, it was fire.
Yes.
I also think, I don't know, we were talking about this the other day. There's a lot of like, I mean, usually when people are joking about race in comedy, it is bad people doing that. Yeah. Because the left is like, you're not allowed to talk about that. Yeah. So the only people who joke about race are like Joe Rogan barely, but you know, like alt-right weirdos. Yeah, like the only people who touch that are people who are like, I don't give a fuck because I'm racist and crazy. So it's interesting when William or someone with like good values or not racist values is like, I'm going to do stuff about this too. I think it makes sense that a flag goes off. You're like, oh, there's like a white guy joking about racism. But A, if you watch it for like 2 minutes, you're like, oh, this is clearly in good fun. And B, like, I don't know. I was shocked and sort of, what's the word? When you...
Surprised.
No, when you become an outcast, a lone wolf, a renegade.
Those are all pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Like fuck, what is the word? I like
Outcast.
Yeah, it sort of alienated, ostracized me from the leftist comedy scene in Brooklyn, where I was like, wow, the second someone even like talks about this at all, you guys freak out and like crawl over him like scarabs on a beach. 100%. But like, yeah.
Not to mention some people coming out of the woodwork to join the conversation on behalf of being like, I just hate this. And I want to give Eric a lot of credit for standing up for William too at that tough time.
So along with admitting that I felt some responsibility, I have to admit that like I had so much fun just like going to battle with like a lot in this leftist comedy community. There's also the community of just like leftist arguing for the sake of arguing online. And like I kind of knew that was coming. And up top, like my issues with a lot of the issue that people had with it is that like they immediately equated it to like blackness. Like if anything, like there's an argument for cultural insensitivity, but a lot of people were straight up just like, oh, this is racist. But because prison is inherently like a black experience, like we know where the prison industrial complex goes, like who it targets predominantly, but like to act like there's not a huge culture in America of crazy extremist white boys, like it shouldn't it shouldn't automatically. And so I knew that there were people who couldn't wait to like cancel and come at, so like it just felt like, you know, I wasn't there for the production of it, but like this is my part of the bit, you know, like boots on the ground, I'm in the comments. like what is this? You are you are stupid for. And there was just so many like, and there were other, I'm like arguing with other black people and they're like, oh, black people aren't a monolith. It's like, you're saying that to me? Like, I don't know that? Like, that's exactly what are you talking about? Shut up.
Also, William did raise $50,000 for Palestine and donated it with the jail saga shit.
That
which
was real.
That
was real.
Which that was through cryptocurrency scamming people. So like,
That's also real.
William literally stole money from like weird crypto freaks on the internet, and then
Who are mostly racist, by the way.
or like finance bros, and
Rob the rug puller.
he did do that, which I would say 90% of that was out of the goodness of his heart. 10% maybe an optics move because it had to look, you know.
Pivots.
But
Yeah, pivoting.
I'm just like, anytime anyone says shit about that, I'm just like, literally, what have you done in the last year on that level? If you spent the energy you have, like, complaining about William and, like, did a bake sale, you would, like, you would be more productive than what you're doing.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, in my opinion, I think what he did, whatever evil, whatever that is that they're mad about Jail Saga, is outweighed by the like material, tangible benefit of that money happening. So, suck it.
Yep.
Beautifully said. Oh fuck! I just had a question. I forgot it.
I just want to say also that, like, in this big community, like, there are a lot of people who had, like, big issues with the bit that, like, I kind of, like, there people that I, like, love too hated the bit, and it just felt like, I mean, yeah, you know, like, this
Damn.
is, like,
As far as I understood it, the whole backlash thing, I thought was part of just another part of the story. I didn't think people were actually like really bummed out about it because it was like, I see the dots you're connecting, but like,
we spun it that way.
Like
I
most
guess.
of William's friends in the comedy space. Yeah, most of
nah,
William's
chill.
friends in the comedy space.
we're upset.
Yeah, and not only like left his side at that moment, but also now kind of created a culture of talking shit about him as well. It was hard to see. Yeah.
First of all, I love that William just hasn't said a word in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just his people are just speaking for him.
We got you, dude. Yeah.
Well,
I think that kind of shows something about you guys saying that William is a good person. William knows what he's doing. The people who are closest to William really go to bat for him and trust him. And that was something when I joined, I was really impressed with because there is a vision there. There is something happening, and the people closest to him and involved with him know, you know, all of the things that are said are not the truth of what it actually was and what it continues to be.
yeah, like William manages and runs my Instagram account. I don't have Instagram on my phone. William has my account. He has full access to it at any time. He posts shit without me knowing all the time. Sometimes I ask him to take it down. But I do trust William in that way. I feel like that's like a testament. If people are like, this guy's crazy, I'm like, I don't think so. But also the last thing I want to say is like, I get being adverse to making comedy or art that's about real shit like jail or about like doing the Juneteenth thing. Like it makes sense why we were like, yeah, we're doing a boxing fight, William and a black guy on Juneteenth and Herbert Von King. But I get why you'd be like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like I'm gonna back up. But when you're kind of like, you shouldn't do that to William, that's when I'm like, you're gonna tell someone else like the art they're allowed to make, that just becomes weird.
Right.
I don't know.
And
That
act like you're right.
yeah, like give everyone the ability to breathe and like do whatever they want. I get that you feel uncomfortable, but don't like don't clamp down and be like, people can't do this because I don't think it will work. Like I'm like, no one's ever lived in 2025 before. Like someone's making new art right now. You're gonna say as a 24-year-old like bi-curious non-binary person who does improv once a month that William shouldn't make shit? I don't know. It low-key pisses me off.
I have a question kind of in that vein. I personally have noticed that since everyone was able to leave their houses again, the whole pendulum, if you will, is swinging back towards people being generally more comfortable to make fun of a wider array of topics that people were really antsy about for a couple of years. I think it like kind of started around 2016-ish. Yeah. And then it got really bad when everyone couldn't leave their house because everyone was scared all the time. And it just manifested in that sort of way. Now that people can go outside, like on a very personal level, I found people personally who I know will joke about a whole lot of stuff they wouldn't even just 3 years ago. Do you guys?
We're touching grass again.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah, I have some crazy shit to say about that. Well, I mean, I'm 30 years old. I definitely went to college during like the ideation and formation of like cancel culture. So I feel like my 4 years in college were my peers who are younger experimenting with cancel culture, which is fine. But there's crazy shit that happened in college. Like people getting called out and like roasted in front of an entire student body in like brutal ways for shit like, you know, like the Aziz Ansari shit where you're kind of like, I don't really think you had to go that crazy with that. There were like examples of that happening in my community, but I was like, I'm not going to say anything. This is fucking crazy. So I think a lot of people lived through that in some way and came out of that time of their life kind of like, that felt weird, but I don't really know why, or I don't have the words to say it. Yeah. And I think people are just kind of fried from like 8 or 9 years. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I don't use Instagram, and I remember there's a long period on Instagram where everything you saw was like a, what's that called? A graph? Yeah, an infographic about why your coffee order is racist. Yeah. And like for like 8 years, everyone was just getting inundated with like, this is why the shoes you're wearing are actually racist. This is why the shit you're wearing is fucked up for like Somalian pirates. And I feel like after like 6 years, you're just like, dude, so everything I do is evil and sucks. Like I just can't live life like that. Fuck that. So the pendulum is coming back to like, you know what? Fuck it. Like if I'm gonna piss like 10 people off, like I want to just be me. And I think for most people that's fine. Yeah. If you're actually an evil weirdo, like Sam Hyde or some shit, then you're an evil person.
I honestly think a lot of it does go back to Car World. I think a lot of the people who have negative things to say about what I did are the people who didn't really engage with Car World and thought that Car World was weird and wrong of me to be talking about and thinking about. And I think that it's just an opportunity to sort of be like mean to me because they've been wanting to be mean to me. Yeah. And
I think people enjoy being mean to you?
People enjoy being mean to me. I've got people who are... What?
Just everyone on the internet calls William a pedophile.
Yeah, people on the internet
it's sadly
think
prevalent. People say he looks like that guy from like the psychology textbooks in the 80s where all these people have seen the guy in the dream. Have you seen this man? And
we'll put it up right here.
Yeah, put up this man right here. And I think like that is part of William's superpower as a performer is taking that all on the chin. And I do think he genuinely kind of inspires people to not be so perfect and so informed and sharing infographics in their life. Like he brings something back to what it means to be human.
I made a joke about what you're saying. If people in the comments say that I look like a pedophile because I'm losing my hair and because I'm chubby or because I look stupid.
Dress like shit.
They said they comment like, "Oh, I bet he's in jail." Everybody when I was in jail, they were posting comments saying like he looks like a pedophile. I bet he's in jail for being that. And then I made a joke that I said in stand up where I was like, a lot of people say that I look like a pedophile in the comments, and then I say, "Well, I am a pedophile." ... for adults, and it's a.
Don't cut that in
all right.
any way that's gonna make it.
Well, yeah, I will say
that's a joke about. That's a joke about
sort of playing with the public perception of your.
How they
image.
say that.
Right,
They like.
That's sort of interesting.
And
that's sort of an interesting joke.
To be a pedophile for adults, it's like I don't like children.
It's kind of leaving comedy and becoming sort of art.
It's sort of about being.
Yeah. Well, I want to say one thing. Like
it's like about how you're sexually attracted.
I don't want to
adults a lot.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Like almost you fetishize
I don't want to defend
adults.
William too much. Like you're allowed to hate this guy. You're allowed. I'm not like William's the best guy in the world. Everyone's mean to him. But it is funny, William. Do you like? I feel like every day you're like, yeah, people are shitting on me in the comments again, and then I look and they're just like, this guy looks like a pedophile, and I'm like, damn, I don't have to deal with that. That's crazy. Yeah. And then.
Well, you don't look like one.
Right.
You're lucky.
And then I have a friend who's met you once. I'm not going to say her name. She's my best friend from childhood. But she literally is like, yeah, I won't come to your house. Like, that guy's a creep. And I'm like, why? Like, he talked to you for like 20 seconds. And she's just like, yeah, I don't know. Just weird vibe. Which, like, I get. William is weird. definitely. But if you hang out with him earnestly, you know that he's not. But I don't know.
It's a
I'm
bit
not
of
really.
a normie barometer, William.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think being in the William Banks sphere taught me something about the internet and the way that people feel so emboldened to say whatever they want to say based on somebody's appearance and things like that. Because when I started getting involved in the comments that people thought that I had kind of known and been mutuals with through an online sphere for years, they just felt really comfortable saying some kind of hideous or weird things about someone's appearance and like making assumptions, and the internet is crazy like that.
I have a tiny thing to say, which is it's so funny. After Jail Saga, anything William posted, people are like, William fell off. And it's just like, well, how could you keep doing that forever? And then you see the person who said that, and they're like a 24-year-old with like 20 followers on Instagram who lives in fucking Boca Raton. You're just like, what are you doing? Why? Like, what are you doing?
yeah, and also like. Also, aside from like the shallow stuff, right? Like the parents, the face value shit. There's also like when I moved here, I have like other friends in the comedy community that like often made fun of William or like tried to like get me to start talking shit about my own friend, and it's because like there's so many comedians, so many people doing comedy, and there's a weird thing of like all of these comics judging each other based on like how much work are you putting in, or does this person deserve it, or like a normal trajectory of like a comedy career, and people are frustrated when they see something unconventional.
Yeah.
And it's just like
that bad about me wanting to make fun of me.
well, you want me to no, I don't.
Okay, but also William does deserve to be made fun of and roasted for some of the dumb shit he does. He's not a perfect human. He does stupid shit all the time. I would say me, Ryan, and Peter do a very good job of consistently, I would say, metaphorically spanking
It's
him
very
in
funny.
our home.
It's very funny when Will Duncan.
Both. I will hit William.
When Will Duncan
does fuck
chastises
up.
him about cleaning up, it's the funniest shit in the world. He gets right up and he's just like, this white man becomes a Hispanic mom so fast with William. It's like he would throw a chancla at William, but it's like a boot.
Yeah, Will and William have a very comfortable physical relationship. Like Will is not afraid to put his hands on William if that's like what needs to happen, which is it's beautiful and it's a dicey thing.
When I was in the hospital for a couple weeks, I did list as my emergency contact Will Duncan, because I knew that even if he's sort of abusive to me at home for various reasons, that he would be my emergency contact and he'd have my back.
Oh yeah. Like you would be in trouble, but
That's why I said earlier I was like your parole officer. But also, I don't know, I feel like the last relationship I was in, my ex was very anti-creative shit. And there would be this recurring thing that would happen where I would like...
Your ex hated me.
Oh yeah, whatever. She sucks. But I would be very like, you know, if you have a show as a comedian, that's your whole life. Like Friday night, if it's a big crazy show, you have to prepare. You're not going to do the dishes that week. You're not going to do normal shit that week. And that would happen to me a lot. And she would always be like, what the fuck? And I would be like, I don't know. That's kind of the lifestyle. Like the dishes don't really matter this week. So now I feel like I'm in my ex's position with William because he's on a different level. Like our house is fucking disgusting. We got like 15 people here from Canada that are like he's got shirts everywhere. Like he's constantly just like, okay, but this week is like Jail Saga, so I have to just be able to do this, or like I'm prepping for the fight. So I have an understanding that I live with like an insane artist guy who's going to be a nightmare, but I also do there's some levity, but I am also like, you need to get on your dean and like figure this shit out and like clean the shit up because you're 30 years old.
29.
Ant was so influential to the apartment.
Yeah, I kind of want to speak on Ant a little bit because I think that was my biggest contribution to the Jail Saga project was like putting these people together and casting Ant as William's cellmate. He's my friend from Detroit, so I lived there for like 3 years, and my background, I guess, creatively is more in like the music, video, photo world, but mostly working with musicians when I was in Detroit, and so I've switched my vibe up, I guess, moving here. It's like I didn't really know many comedians or filmmakers or people in this type of world, so I was really like working mostly with rappers, and like my friends in Detroit were mostly black, so bringing Ant as like a very genuine, he'd been to prison and like had a lot of experiences in a whole different like background than William, and he came here like for a trip to record music one time and stayed with us, and I saw just like the dynamic between William and Ant was so funny and just like unbelievable.
The braiding video was,
because it was just, yeah, exactly, like we shot some music video stuff here where William was like trying to braid his hair, which was hilarious, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Really
So just like them hanging out was like so funny, and I was like, I can't believe that like I am the glue that brought these people together, because it just never would have happened. Yeah. So when we started the jail thing, I was like, oh, Ant would be like hilarious as your cellmate. So I made that connection, and kind of like we made a deal with him to come to Miami with us and film for the day, and like it was so fun, and he really did like run the show there and like kind of beat William up and stuff. It was just like so good. So I'm really happy about that.
It's a good call. He's a real scene stealer in a lot of ways.
I gotta say real quick about Ant. So I have a little cousin who like I grew up with, just like maybe 2 years younger than me, who's been in prison for like a long time because he did some bad stuff because he was trying to impress some older kids, some real bad stuff. But we talk, like, you know, I'll be able to like call him like maybe once a month, and I showed him some of the jail saga, and Ant, like he loved every video he saw, but like Ant especially made it so like real for him.
Yeah.
It really reached out. It really reached out to a bunch of people that.
Also, just to highlight with Ant, very naturally good performer, and he's done a lot of music, and he's done a lot of freestyling too, so like improv in a sense. But in terms of like typical sketch comedy, I think he was brand new. But everyone knew that the way he could riff would be really special for this. And like Jail Saga doesn't happen without Ant ripping it for like 8 straight hours at that set.
Yes, he really, really crushed it with the comedic timing and performing. But we should talk about the Fugitive arc.
Yeah.
And how Ant played Ant's final Act 3 role in the story, how that played out.
Talk about some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should we should start it with the escape happened. I escaped from jail, and people really got excited about that. It looked very inspiring to people because they look, oh, look, White Moses has saved the prisons. And people were very excited about that. People were very excited about that. And then we didn't have anything else filmed, and we knew that we couldn't. Okay, it's like now the world is watching. I've escaped from jail. What happens? And then Ryan matches with Maddie on Hinge. Would you like to speak on this?
So you weren't.
I matched with you, Ryan.
Yes. So I was on Hinge pretty heavy around. I don't know what time this was in the year. I guess like earlier, like February. Yeah. You know what's going on in February, exactly. So I was swiping, and I came across a young lady named Maddie. Very pretty, you know. She seemed cool, and we were chatting, whatever. I think I sent a couple of messages, and then there was this thing where I would just be chilling, like messaging people on Hinge, and I would like ask William what to say and stuff, or sometimes I would just give him my phone and like let him say crazy messages to people, because he has like a different type of brain than I would. So he started messaging Maddie, and I could see that they were kind of having a little bit of chemistry in the phone, and I was like, all right, William, like go crazy. And he, I think, proposed a double date or something like this. Like, I don't know how we got there, but essentially there was going to be the potential of a double date, but then it became just 2v1, me and William with Maddie at the bowling alley. And there was already this idea brewing between William and I that we might find a girlfriend character for the next part of the prison story. Yes, and I think maybe the jailbreak wasn't posted yet, or maybe it just had been. I don't remember, but yeah. So we kind of had an ulterior motive, and we had a lot of fun. We did ketamine, and me and William, I think, had a little ketamine while we were bowling, and he was like literally falling on the ground, like trying to swing the ball. Yeah. And there was alcohol, and then so it was a really fun night. And like I was at some points like, "Oh, Maddie, like he's fucked up. Is this cool? Like, are you having fun?" And she was like, "Yeah, this is chill." So that was cool.
Yeah. I mean, my experience of it was that I had seen William perform his last comedy set before, quote unquote, going to jail. And I didn't know anything about him. And I was told that it was fake because I knew people who were running the show. But when I watched it, do you remember the show, William? Mm-hmm. It was very sad. It was very depressing. It was very kind of scary. I felt like not a lot of people were laughing because you weren't really being funny. You were being really depressed. And I was so, I don't know, I was fascinated. I was really fascinated. And I was confused. And so when I matched with Ryan on Hinge, because I thought Ryan was really funny, and William revealed himself to me, I was like, I have to meet this man. I have to meet this man. I have to know if he's a fucking freak. And that was like one of the first things I asked you. I was like, are you a freak? And you were like, no, I'm normal. I'm really normal. And I was like, oh, okay. And after spending some time with him, he was normal. And that's when I was like, yeah, I mean, I want in because I think this is interesting. I think nobody's doing it. I think it's really cool. And then he took too much ketamine, and then
I don't normally do ketamine.
Yeah, and then he fell down bowling, and then stole some pizza from people.
I was having a crazy night. I don't normally do ketamine. Ryan stole the pizza.
Yeah, Ryan did steal it, but it was great.
So you fully did not know them until the jail saga had already started.
Yeah, no, I didn't know them, and and the video had come out, I'm pretty sure, because I had seen how viral it went, and I personally knew that it was fake, but obviously I was watching people not realizing it was fake, right? Because it was done so well, and so I'm watching all of this happen, and so when obviously William got on the Hinge, I was just like, I didn't have any other idea other than I just have to meet him. I was like, I have to see this guy in person because I was really like, the set was really, I don't know. I didn't know how to feel about it. And his last, his last performance before, quote unquote, going to jail. And
You were touched by him.
I was touched by William. I was touched on by William Banks. So, yeah. Every day.
So we made that connection at the bowling alley, and then I think within like a week or two, we shot the thing where Maddie rescues William. So we conceived of this idea where he is hitchhiking, he's like hiding out in a gas station. We shot some stuff where he's sleeping in a gas station.
Those are all real gas station shots.
Those are real gas station shots. Yep. And that was pretty fun. And we then decided that, well, we found Maddie and we were like, okay, so she will pick him up on the road. Where is he going? And then we decided he's going back to Detroit to link up with Ant, to like continue that friendship, I suppose was the motive. Which is also real. Yeah, I guess the idea was he wanted to make music with Ant and just get back to Ant. And then Maddie picks him up off the side of the road and they kind of hit it off and start falling in love.
And we go to Waffle House. Oh, yeah. And then we go to a motel. And then I go to, and we're dancing in the bathtub. And
Motel Shoot was funny because he was trying to do the same thing as with Jail Shoot, and this time it was going to be closer to New York, so we could bring more people. Like I was going to go and help shoot, but it turns out that you can't bring more than 2 people into that motel or something. Yeah. I think it really could only be them. Yeah.
I just felt like nobody wanted to come. Like we made a party full.
John Connor came.
John Connor did come, and that was amazing.
I didn't want to come.
Like, let's go.
But that was
like, you can't come.
that was like yeah. So Jail Saga not super, but planned out, and then Fugitive Saga was completely run and gun. Ryan, William, Maddie, we were getting updates via text. That's like, hey, this is what's happening tonight, and I was just like, rock on, like that's y'all are just freestyling.
Just 3 kids, a camera, and a drink.
Will works a real 9-to-5 job as a beekeeper. I work a fake 9-to-5 job online on my laptop, so I've made myself very available to William and his antics. I'm pretty day-to-day, like helping him out sidekick style. So yeah, that was all just like, yeah, I'm his stylist. I'm his tour manager for the pool party tour. And yeah, it was super fun doing that stuff. And then crypto was coming into the picture at this time as well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, whose call was that? And also, I thought y'all rug pulled it. Did you say someone else rug pulled it?
The first? William can maybe
There,
talk
so
about the first one.
the
and then-
first time, well, I don't know how much we should even talk. We shouldn't talk about that very much. We basically all invested in a meme coin together and lost the money. And we,
Oh, I remember that.
yeah. So that was the beginning of William's interest in crypto. Like William kind of became
I got dark, but I
addicted
lost-
to gambling on crypto coin.
Yeah, there was a dark.
I lost a bunch of money on gambling on a coin that I thought was going to work, and that bothered me. And I had a vendetta against the market.
He immediately wanted to rug pull the rug pullers, and we were right over there, and you were just trying to show me how you were doing everything, and I'm like, I could not follow a single thing.
Yeah. I will say too, kind of by circumstance, William and I were working on an edit for another project when he posted Jailbreak video. And it was just all like according to a schedule that was pre-planned. So you didn't even really think much of it. But this video was especially more viral than the rest. Yeah. And so like by the time these fake international news accounts are tweeting it like it's real, he had like 100 of these guys, they call themselves degens in the community, but these crypto rug pullers that are like, let me do this with you. Yeah. And many of them are trying to scam him because of William's experience in the world. He knew what he was doing enough and had a wallet to basically trick 3 of these guys into like giving him stock, and ran all that in one night. And yeah.
Yeah, also just a thing I want to say earlier is that the Jailbreak video, when we originally conceived all of this, that was supposed to be the announcement basically that this was fake. Like that video is so stupid. We were like, if someone has believed this the whole time, that is going to be the like wink to the camera of like, by the way, this isn't real.
That's what I thought when I first saw it, but it's so stupid. I'm like, it has to
It's
be real.
but everyone wait, everyone, yes, the phones that we use are incredible. That did all of the work for us. But that once everyone was like, oh my god, this is real, we were like, wow, people will believe anything. That continues to be true. Whenever we talk about doing more stuff with William, people are like, but no one's gonna believe it. Like he's a liar on the internet. They believe it every time. Close friends of ours who know that William is like a pathological liar believe it every time. Just over and over again, we're like, no, don't trust what he's doing. And then the crypto shit was crazy because it was happening when I was.
We got people like messaging me now. Like,
Yes. Like close people who are involved. We send you a picture of William somewhere, and it's like if you see a picture, you're just like, okay, that's real. Like it's crazy. People are gonna keep believing it even after this video where we tell it. I was in New Zealand when y'all were doing the crypto shit, and it was the craziest stuff ever. I was on a time difference. I was doing like William was like, you gotta set up a wallet in New Zealand. I was like calling my bank, like I'm in New Zealand. They're like, are you sure this is you? And I was like, yeah, I want to get into crypto right now. It was like I was at a hostel at like 11:30, just like, okay, I'm gonna Venmo you $3,000 right now, William. It was so stupid. We lost so much money. It was so bad.
That part was bad.
Like I usually every morning I'm kind of really obsessed with like politics and like leftists, analysts, all that shit. And the morning I saw the BRICS Twitter account, like we all know, like the BRICS is a Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa union.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's like low key, high key, some scary ass shit for America. For real, like they're like ganging up. They're like the dollar is about to be nothing soon.
Yeah.
The day,
Banks coin. Yeah.
like I never felt a moment with like something I was so close to and like involved with.
Dude.
Hit like the world is believing. The BRICS account reposted my brain broke.
And
My mind.
They never took it down.
Oh.
They never deleted it and like regret it. Because it fits their narrative because it shows sort of the decline of America. It's like they got dudes like this escaping jail.
Yeah.
America's run amok.
Yeah.
And it fits that narrative.
Let's all laugh.
And honestly, I think that America is run amok because of our support for Israel. So I think making us look like idiots, I think we are. I think as a nation and a government that stands with Israel, we are fucking stupid. And to show the world how stupid we are, I in an entertaining way, I stand by that.
That's what I mean. You are that, like, you're the white idiot guy. Like, you are the American guy.
Yeah, the clown.
Just like a guy from Illinois who's an idiot. Like, the average American released into society. Like, this is a result of what can happen to just your average Joe in America now because of how insane it is.
And I just want to say we're in the age of misinformation. We're in the age of misinformation, and we're in the age of confusion. And I think William is a perfect kind of time capsule of what that means and what he's doing.
Yeah, you pretty much crucify yourself when you're willing to play that character.
I would never actually crucify myself. Or I've been asked before to play like character of like play Jesus. Oh, I think actually John. In doing the make believe project, I think there's been times where maybe I've been prompted to like, do sort of like embodying Jesus in like a crucified way. And I think maybe we did end up taking a couple pictures like that in the pool, which my thoughts on it is like people who like make fun of Jesus because they think it's cool. I don't believe in that. I definitely think that I love Jesus so much. I think that Jesus was one of the greatest teachers ever, and I think brought in a new era of human enlightenment within humanity 2,000 years ago.
He was a sick organizer for sure.
If I may, it's also like I like to highlight that religion is at the heart of like every performance William does, and definitely Jail Saga too. Like the actual undercurrent of the plot was about him like growing in his faith. And so it's not like some like joke, like he says, like, oh, I'm going to associate with Jesus and people will think that's funny. It's been a long-standing thing, and going all the way back to Car World, in that sense, he was his own religious leader. And I think the growth that he's had since then is that he's more interested in showing people the benefit of like having spirituality and a God in your life and like someone to serve that way more than where it used to be maybe more like you have people worshiping you. Now you want to help people worship. Yeah.
In the past with Car World, I was often acting as a self-idol, and I was asking people to devote themselves to me. However, I do not think that is the right thing to do anymore because I've thought about it and I've matured more. And I think that maturation is one of the greatest gifts that we can have.
Maturation.
I don't really believe in the Jesus stuff that much. I mean, I believe in spirituality and religion, but this whole team is not sort of a Christian organization. Yeah. Just want to clarify that.
I did grow up Christian, two different denominations, but I also want to clarify, I did not mean to that metaphor went straight into comparison to Jesus. I was not trying to do that. I think that is dope and crazy when like a white male artist is willing to like intentionally like wear the face or like be the I'm gonna be like the white guy you hate for performance, and that's gonna include you hating me. I was actually gonna make a somewhat wild comparison to a Shane Gillis.
Word.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this.
Wild.
William Banks is like the white Shane Gillis.
1000%, 100,000,000%. Coming from like the Philly comedy scene, I'm not claiming to like know Shane Gillis, especially on a personal level. Like I came up in a like a room where he like used to be the host, you know, same scene, but he definitely does this thing where like he's not afraid to be the performative like bigot to make fun of bigots. And there's like there's a little parallel, but I was going out of my way to make that comparison when Jesus kind of intercepted that. So yeah,
Jesus intercepted that Shane Gillis. Well, Shane Gillis is a good example of when I was talking about like, I mean, I don't really know his politics that much, but he presents as kind of like a right-leaning blue collar guy. But
just to make fun of it more.
yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have that cogent of a point, but he is a guy where he's like, you know, he got canceled and kicked off SNL, and then it made him an insane career for some reason, and he's like the Bud Light mascot or some shit.
And so is Post Malone. They have a
And-
commercial.
but
Also, yes, this group is not all super fans of
oh yeah,
Shane Gillis.
Or religious.
Shout out to
Fuck Shane Gillis.
If you're watching this, bro,
yeah. Fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
is watching this.
Shane Gillis.
Nothing to say to Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis. Post Malone. Bud Light.
Yeah, 2025.
Peas in a pod.
when he was talking about that girl's Instagram, he's like, I think her Instagram name is Shane Grillis. No, it's Shane Grilla.
I want to touch on something you were saying earlier about like the misinformation age, because I have two questions I'm gonna like combine into one now. It's about the format of the Jail Saga being a drip feed Instagram sort of like trough.
Drip feed is good.
Yeah, that like gradually. Thanks, yo.
No, I like
That gradually.
You're spitting. Yeah.
Stop! You're distracting me, bro. You're throwing me off. Hold on. So with that platform of like gradually letting it people drip by drip in the same, on the same screen that they get their real news and they get their text from their mom. How important was it that that's the medium that this story came through? And also the second half.
I think we're gonna have to shout out Mosaic.
Well, yeah, Peter McIndoe. Shout out Peter McIndoe, founder of MosaicStorytelling.co.
Say his name.
What is it?
It's McIndoe.
Peter McIndoe.
Do you not know how to say his name?
Anyway, I don't get sidetracked by such trivialities.
He's not even here.
Shout out to Peter. He creator of Birds Aren't Real. Like he totally is the blueprint and has, you know, he was a huge help in determining how fake or real to go with this. And that medium is super important. The main thing that we were talking about when we got in trouble for Jail Saga shit was like, if William made a documentary, a fake documentary about him going to jail, no one would think it was real and it would suck. That would be a shitty art project. The fact that he did it on the internet, the medium is what made it crazy and what made it feel believable and made it feel real, the length of how long it was posted. And I don't know, our take was just like, social media is not real. Like people post fake shit all the time. I love lying on social media. I feel like that's a common thread in this group is that we like to, you know, we're performers and artists. I like being meta when I make art. So if you're being meta on social media, you're like playing with the form that you're posting on. This is what
Meta on meta.
Let's go, Willie. So this is kind of like, this is like that on crack where it's like, if people who don't talk to William ever, aren't friends with him, are like, what the fuck? That's so fucked up to fake that. Like, you had me so worried. I'm like, what's William's middle name? Yeah. Like, when's the last time you like?
And they're feeling that because they've placed their Instagram feed as their news feed.
Yes, and people were like, it's fucked up to lie on the internet, and I was like, no, it's good to lie on the internet. Like, this place sucks. Yeah, you should get out of here. Like, there's lying everywhere. Everything you see on this is bad.
You guys remember in school, with like the first thing they said when the internet really started kicking off, they're like, don't ever tell anyone your name.
Yes.
Yeah. They literally were like, don't post pictures of yourself on the internet. Now it's all you do.
If your birthday was online, you were fucked. Exactly. They had everything.
Now it's everything. But what we are playing with is that thing of like, people assume that what they see on the internet is true. I mean, I don't want to get too preachy, but it is fucking like disinformation, Trump, fake news bullshit. Like, it's that.
My mom wouldn't let me make a YouTube channel for posting my videos when I was in middle school, and I remember that really bothering me because I wanted to post YouTube videos so badly.
Look how that turned out. And look how that turned out. Look how that turned out, Mom. Yep.
I think she probably helped you because look at you now. If you were making videos too early, maybe you would have burnt out or something.
Post them until later.
And that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
I couldn't post.
Can't always shelter your kids from things.
That was a good example of Ryan kind of stepping up to be kind of a parental role for William just now.
Yeah,
I'm like a older brother to him.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Thank you, Ryan.
Older brother.
I've always wanted to be an older brother.
but yeah, I think the medium was super important. And that's also why a lot of people got mad at William, was because they were like, this is the sacred space of the Instagram. Like, you can't lie on it. It's silly.
Also, a lot of the people who hated the most are trafficking in William's exact world, which is like attention economy, and they all want more followers. And I always felt that like a lot of this criticism, the kind of quiet part that was very loud to me, is like unbridled jealousy over like what he's getting right now. Yeah.
One person really like made a whole podcast shit talking me or saying that I'm a bad person, and then used the magazine article coming out and promoted the interview on $10 paywall on Patreon, and was like, William's a bad person, pay me $10 to hear me say that he's a bad person.
Where's that money going? Is it going to Gaza?
Nah, that money's going straight up Netanyahu's asshole.
Oh.
Straight up there.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I like the sentiment, but not the
You don't like asshole?
You don't like how I said that?
Yeah.
No.
All right, can you cut that?
We'll let y'all see anything before we post it. Not quite cookies. Our the thing we do all the time is that we're gonna ask y'all to do an interactive drawing component. We'll go around. I guess we only have one makeshift clipboard, so we'll each take turns.
I like that clipboard.
It's cool. Let's just do one. So.
Oh, you put like 8 sheets here. Oh, okay. So how about what we draw then is an amalgamation of everybody's online presence as one person. Wow. Maybe each do one continuous line as long as you like, and then pass it to the next.
William, like doodle.
Yeah, William's a great author or illustrator.
Right.
And then maybe we'll go around, and if all y'all could give some tips for anyone who also wants to deceive their Instagram following of something happening that maybe not happened, as if it happened, but it didn't.
Well, the main takeaway I have from this whole project is that people will believe anything. Like, I didn't believe that going into it. Jail Saga, I thought was going to be a lie from the beginning. Everyone's going to know that. But here we still are after the Juneteenth fight, after pool party tour. People still just believe anything, I don't know, out of context that you see on your phone. You see other people believing it and you fall for it. So just start lying.
And your friends feeds into journalists, this is what happens. Okay? This is what happens. So when you turn your friends and their stories and feeds and comedians into journalists, this is what happens. Are you saying we're journalists? Or we are not the journalists, but like when you believe everything. Yeah. Without further investigation. Yeah, I probably like I fucked that up.
People that posted
But
their feed into
exactly. When they become CNN, like this is what you get.
Yo, yeah.
But to answer the question of what, like how tips on how to deceive people on the internet, I think it's important to know when to respond and know when to be quiet. And I think sometimes, I hope with interviews like this, people will understand there's a lot more thought behind it than just simply throwing out that post. You know, there you can see that there's so much that goes on behind the scenes from everybody who are thinking about it, talking about it, and there's a lot of thought behind it critically. So I don't know, be Machiavellian about it.
No one to post, no one to
Yeah.
I can take it.
Maturation and Machiavellian.
Good for you. And Shane Gillis. And fuck Shane Gillis. And fuck Drake. I've learned so much.
I heard John say, fuck Drake.
Keep that in. I just want to say, like, it's been an amazing ride. I've like worked with and been friends with William for like 5-ish plus years now. And there was a crazy moment. The first iteration of the pool party was out in LA. And we were out there kind of working on some exciting stuff, but really the focus of it was kind of just to throw this pool party in the Valley. And a lot of people showed up from online and people who were obsessed with William, and he kind of hand selected who was going to be there. And there was this group of young, hungry content creator boys that had all just moved to LA, and they're like 22. And they literally like knew about my shit. They knew about like the stuff I'd made with William. They were excited to meet me. And they were like, can we just ask you like what you did to get here? And I like laughed out loud. I was like, that's so crazy, like to hear that. But then I did have to kind of pinch myself in that moment. And I thought about like answering their question honestly. And I was like, truly what got me here is just like having fun with William for 5+ years now. And like, it's my life. Like I'm so glad this is my life. So if you find something like that inspires you, or someone, a great collaborator like William who brings awesome people into the fold to be a part of it, like stick with it. And that's my takeaway for me is like I'm so proud that I've like stuck with this for a long time. Even like sometimes being like talking to friends and family with genuine concerns about like what I'm up to.
It's a paradox because to do something as iconic as you guys did online, you have to get offline and you really have to meet people and you have to make really good connections with people that you like and that you believe in.
Yeah.
And you can't do that online. You have to get out into the world, touch the damn grass.
And one thing to add to that, because it's so real, William is now known as this like internet provocateur. But for years, when I was getting to know him and work with him, he was the founder, leader of truly, I mean, like easy word to describe it as a cult. We won't call it that. But 500 people come out to the gala and there's a red carpet. And I think a lot of these people were like, I spent all fucking day on my phone. And here I am getting to meet people literally through this mutual ridiculous interest. And like, that was always my favorite part.
That was the first time we worked together, right? It was Car World Gala?
Car World, Temple 3, John
Car World
Hammond's.
Temple 3.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
Gala
But
shortly thereafter,
The most iconic, the first like iconic photograph I feel like that you took was at the gala of like
Sucking.
the breastfeeding that
Yeah.
the healing power acquisition.
One of the best nights of my life.
My life has been much more fun and adventurous since meeting William, and I feel very grateful to know him for that. We went to Puerto Rico together. We've gotten in a lot of trouble together. And yeah, I love William. He is racist, though.
No, yeah.
Well, he lost the fight.
Yeah. You did lose the fight, so you are technically. You
should put that
in your bio.
Yeah. Racist? Yeah. Yeah. You have to explain why. From when did you start being a racist? When did you end?
He's like on the racist registry.
Okay.
Yeah. Until you fight again, or you fight.
I would like to do a rematch with him eventually, but I am not quite ready.
Yeah,
He was good.
he rocked you. He rocked your world.
Yeah.
Yo.
Fucked up in that hospital, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I met a lot of great people. I met my nurse and I met Jack. So it was ultimately when one door closes, another door opens. And I got the lights knocked out of me, but then I met two wonderful, incredible people that are now in my life, and I'm happy.
Boom.
And I'm content, and I'm just doing my best to be caring of the people in my life and respectful of those who are nice to me.
You're gonna do better at training for fights, though. Yes, like you got, yeah.
Because you're gonna get treated.
Yeah, if you don't, you gotta.
Alex Selden.
Fight in December.
Yeah, Alex Selden is your training partner, right? That's his name. He was mad at you, or he just was like very much like, you gotta get this man in shape. He has to stop drinking. He has to stop partying. He has to like.
He said that.
Yeah, he said you're a party animal.
said it to
Yeah,
me.
he came up to like us and was just like so sincerely like, get him in shape. Like, don't let him fuck around. He's gonna get hurt really bad.
Because he's gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah.
Well, because I have a boxing match in Argentina, December 13th, Parense de Manos Tres.
Write that down.
Parense de Manos Tres, Argentina, December 13th. William Banks versus, I can't say his name yet because it hasn't officially been announced, but he is yoked up and tougher than me. But I think that as long as I am wearing headgear,
But you are.
I won't be permanently hurt.
Yeah, you
It all
won't be.
gets better.
You won't be permanently hurt if you train properly, and no drinking.
No more drinking.
No drugs, no weed.
No more cake and cookies.
You can't even have sex. You can't even do that. You can't do it. That's
retention.
boxers when they train. Yeah, you got to keep it all in because your trainer watched you get knocked out. That's not good for confidence. That doesn't inspire
And
confidence.
this is some of that genuine concern that we're always in conversation with. You know, there's elation, but there's also, sometimes, yeah.
Before we,
You probably would really get knocked out by someone who's really trying to knock you out.
you're gonna die if you don't
Could die.
train. He could.
Look how he just shuts down. I mean, it's
Right? Boom. This is not good. This is not good. This can't happen in Argentina. Can't happen in Argentina.
Or America.
Yeah. Not in Argentina. America.
That's one thing.
I'll be okay. I already get beat up and I'm okay.
This is a different level of beat up. I just can't wait until the fight happens. We're just gonna cut from you saying that to just footage of you.
Cap cut.
Just bomb.
Well, I already lost one fight against Daddy, and it led to minor brain bleeding, and ultimately, I'm fine.
He didn't have to register as a racist in the state of New York after that.
Are you happy? You get what you want. I'm officially registered racist in New York. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? You put me into a corner, make me accept a fight that I can't win, and then I have to raise. I don't want this. Is this what you want? Are you happy now?
I don't co-sign that.
Are you happy, America?
You happy now?
What you wanted.
We love you, America and world, and that's why we're doing this.
When you file for a racist in the state, you gotta have like a black cosigner. You have to have somebody to like sign off on it. Like, yup, that happened. Yeah, and then there's gonna be like a until date. So
Even if it's against like Chinese or Mexican people, you still get a black.
yeah, no. You have to have that ethnic
race.
person there
Right.
to sign off.
Sniff grass.
Sniff marker.
Sniff scratch.
Sniff pizza.
Let's go.
Sniff God.
Sniff cookies.
Sniff house.
Oh, I see. I get it. You took my cookies.